I don't respect him anymore because he say I'm not gonna do what they want me to do and this and that, and then he tried to, maybe Turkey Al-Ashi told him, hey, you need to do something because you seem so nervous in Riyadh. So and he tried to like he walking me back, and that's why I pushed him. And like I say, don't win me.
Does it bring a different Canelo then?
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you watch Saunders fight, right?
Which one? The Saunders. Oh,
he pissed me off. He pissed me off. Yeah. So he's gonna.
What happens when one of boxing's most calculating, no-nonsense killer snaps and chooses to throw hands outside the ring? This is not merely a rivalry. This is now personal. Terence Bud Crawford was just arrested. Yes, he was jailed for reportedly hitting Saul Canelo Alvarez, a supposed private business meeting that went badly wrong. So, how did we get here? What drove one of boxing's most composed winners over the edge?
Never forget, Terence Bud Crawford said about Canelo Alvarez that he was ducking black fighters. He stated, and I quote, he shied away from Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andre for a long time. When you look at Canelo's career, it's like he shied away from the black fighters. I think black fighters give him the most problems. Obviously, that's a damn lie. We've seen him destroy Austin Trout, Danny Jacobs, and now Jermall Charlo. So are we saying that those guys are not black fighters? Come on, make it make sense. Terence Bud Crawford was a Canelo hater. Never forget that.
At first, the shots were all feint. Crawford says Canelo avoids black foes. Canelo responds that Crawford hasn't done enough to win a shot. It wasn't simply trash talking, it was rude. His opinion was thinly disguised.
So even though you see a small fighter, when you look in his eyes, do you see a fighter that could possibly beat you?
No, never.
So,
Never.
And when Bud climbed the pound-for-pound rankings, dismantling another renowned name, the contempt got louder. Crawford went undisputed twice and overcame the undefeated boogeyman Errol Spence Jr., but Canelo did not recognize him as a real opponent.
Canelo Crawford coming up September. What do you think about that fight?
Canelo Crawford, good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength. Because it's hard to go up in high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key. Like he should focus on speed, footwork, and improve the power.
Now, let's get real. Canelo is the face of boxing. He's the cash cow, but Crawford is the one everyone is afraid to fight. He's not after money. He's seeking a legacy.
Is there anything that scares you, Canelo Alvarez? What frightens you?
Nothing about boxing.
No.
This is what I love.
Yeah.
So.
And perhaps that is why it all boiled over. Just 3 days ago, chaos broke out backstage at a charity event in Las Vegas. It was meant to be peaceful. Canelo was there to handle the media that was walking by with his crew. But the moment those two eyes locked, the energy changed.
Spaceman Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo Crawford.
Yeah. Got Canelo. I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. I don't know if Crawford could absorb those punches. I know he's a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody could do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that would be tested.
Skill pay the bill. That's why Canelo skillful too.
Crawford released years of stress with one crisp right shot to Canelo's jaw. With no gloves or quick enough security, cameras caught it. TMZ posted it. Within minutes, social media had gone toxic. Footage of the fight spread quickly on social media, but was let out by Vegas police, saying, "He's been ducking me for years," while Canelo was treated for a busted lip and what some are calling a possible orbital injury. The charge is misdemeanor assault, but because it happened in a high-profile setting, the situation is more serious than it appears. The Nevada Athletic Commission is involved, and Bud's promoter is reportedly on full damage control mode. Look, Bud Crawford isn't a hothead. He is one of the game's most calm and cold killers. He doesn't say much, he injures others. So, for him to lose control in this way says volumes. This wasn't only about sports. This was the result of years of disdain, anger, and being ignored by the media, promoters, and Canelo himself. Canelo gets two-faced GGG 3 times. Crawford fought Kovalev, Bivol, and Ryder, and even climbed up to 175 for a paycheck, but he never got a call or earned respect.
And of course, look, you've accomplished everything. You're a first ballot Hall of Famer. You've been undisputed now in 2 weight classes. This would give you undisputed championship in the 3rd weight class. But not just that, you know you're fighting an all-time great, and you know that the credit's gonna go to you if you beat a guy like Canelo Alvarez at 168. Is that why you want it?
Well, when I beat him.
When you beat him.
Definitely. You know, the stakes is high. You know, it's high risk, high reward type of fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
When would you say, from memory, that you first thought this fight was a real possibility, that you started thinking about this fight actually happening?
Well, I started thinking about it, you know, a couple of years ago when they started talking about Spence fighting Canelo. Then just, you know, sizing him up, like, all right, how tall is he? You know, how long his arms and things like that, just sizing him up like that and going to his fights and things like that. And when you walk out the ring, I'm looking at him like, all that big, you know. So me talking to him with Turkey and Turkey not wanting to fight, and me like, yeah, this is the fight that I want, being that, you know, he's the last great fighter of our era, you know. That's just like, you know what I mean, me fighting a Pacquiao, Mayweather, De La Hoya, and things like that. So,
when someone like Bud feels disrespected for an extended amount of time, punches fly. Canelo's camp immediately released a statement describing the strike as unprovoked and demeaning for the sport. They also hinted at civil proceedings, suggesting Bud may face more than just criminal penalties. Now here's the irony. This may be the worst thing Bud has ever done, but it could also result in the biggest payoff of his life. Why? Because this simply lifts their match to the next level. Who wouldn't want to tune in? Now there's some real beef. There is true feeling, and, in boxing, passion sells. Mayweather vs. Pacquiao took 6 years to film because it needed one element: excitement. Crawford vs. Canelo now has plenty.
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't do
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me. I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
The size change is astonishing. Canelo walks at an angle of 180 degrees. In addition, Crawford has never fought above 154 pounds. That is a huge risk, but so was Spence, and see what Bud did to him. If this fight is sanctioned, it will not be just another boxing match, it will be a personal war.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good, but I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient, and I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous, but could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire, it's in his mind, it's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class, can he carry it? You know, but those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
Don't be surprised if it breaks every current pay-per-view record. Let's discuss responses. Some supporters think Bud damaged the sport, and that a champion of his level should never resort to violence off the field. Others are calling it payback, that Canelo's years of ducking have now come up with him. The expectations for Canelo versus Crawford are all over the place. And that's what makes this fight so exciting.
Now, what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's gonna do to him? Run him out of the ring!
Shocker Stevenson did not mince words. He is all in on bout. According to Shocker, Crawford plans to cook Canelo. But Oscar de la Hoya, despite his history and beef with Canelo, took a very different approach. He stated Buds is in over his head and that Canelo will run Crawford out of the ring because to their size differential.
I'm going with Terrence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terrence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terrence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Teofimo Lopez also thinks Canelo will win this fight. And here is why. Andre Ward, on the other hand, strongly supports Bud. Ward thinks Crawford has such high IQ, timing, and adaptability that he can shock the world at the age of 168.
Are you still favoring Crawford in the fight, or has your opinion changed?
I mean, I've always favoured Canelo in the fight.
Well, I've heard that you want Canelo to win, but you feel
of course, yeah. I like Terrence. I've worked a lot with Canelo, and I think just because of what I saw in Riyadh and because of the threat, and he's getting on as well, Crawford, but it's just like the mindset of Crawford. Like, there's no doubt in Terrence Crawford's mind that he wins this fight. And when you spend a bit of time with him, you kind of start buying into that. And I guess that's what happened in Riyadh, because I travelled with him to the fight, and you know, but it's a 50-50 fight. I think gun to head, I'm probably picking Crawford right now. But I want Canelo to win, and he can win for sure. But Terrence is going to make it really tricky and awkward for him, and I don't think he's going to like that kind of fight.
David Benavidez thinks Terrence Crawford is the one fighter capable of defeating Canelo. Eddie Hearn, on the other hand, has stayed undecided. Hearn was initially certain that this was Canelo's fight to lose, but the way Crawford has been moving calm, focused, talking as if he has already won has made him rethink everything.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terrence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Crawford is no longer chilling. He is snapped. And that punch at the airport wasn't just impulsive feeling, it was a message and a statement. But is tired of the back and forth, the dodging, and the he's too small story. So, rather than waiting until fight night, he introduced the smoke early. That punch flipped the entire story. Bud's weight gain is no longer the only factor at play. It's about Canelo's ability to keep his composure when someone refuses to honor the championship. Crawford began at 135, that is true. But this isn't a timid little guy entering enemy country, but is ready to conquer. He isn't asking for permission to be great. He is asking it.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terrence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing. Okay, Midro Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
And, yes, Canelo has been the boogeyman at 168, busting heads and breaking faces. Simply ask Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, or Sergey Kovalev. They all experienced Mexican might directly.
Terence Crawford has had 1 fight above 147 pounds, and everyone, including Terence Crawford, will tell you that was not his finest performance against Israel Madrimov. He is older than Canelo, he is coming up in weight, he's coming off a long layoff. I can't look at Canelo Williams' school and say, you know what, Canelo is too far in a decline to beat Terence Crawford. Not until I've seen what Terence Crawford looks like at 168 pounds.
Yeah, same here. Even though we could see Canelo Alvarez diminishing, we're still going to favor him because he's been in there with the bigger, stronger men. Crawford's not going to be able to hurt him. Crawford will be able to pepper him up, win rounds. Like I tell you, I have an image of Canelo Alvarez after the fight. He's going to be bloodied and bruised because he's going to get pot shotted. He's going to throw 2-3 punches, pepper him up, and then get an angle. Then once Canelo starts realizing I'm falling behind here or I'm getting hit too much, I gotta do something great, that's when Crawford's gonna have to get on his bike.
But Bud, he is different. He isn't coming to box cute, he's come to irritate, outthink, and punish. He's a switch-hitting sniper with frost in his blood. He now has a chip on his shoulder the size of Nebraska.
If Canelo couldn't knock out Charlo, or you really think that he's gonna knock out Crawford? I would pick Terence Crawford to beat a Canelo Alvarez, even at 168. Everybody can call me crazy and whatever you want to say. I get it. Y'all didn't believe me when I told you about Spence, but trust me, Crawford will figure out a way. I know a secret y'all don't know, and I ain't gonna tell you why I would pick Terence Crawford, but it's part of the secret is the reason why I'm picking him to win the fight. So
live only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
But notice that Canelo was looking slower, flat-footed, and playing it safe against B-level opponents. That is exactly why he picked this fight now. He can smell heritage, he smells weakness, and the sneak shot at the airport was not about being dirty. It was a powerful move, a moment that stated, I am not here to respect you, I am going to dethrone you. Canelo fans are upset because, let's be honest, Canelo did not react. He stood there in shock. In boxing, that is a bad look. That's a man making a second guess. That is doubt coming in.
I don't gotta knock him out to beat him. He's never been knocked out before, but he lost fights before. So everybody, that's coming in thinking that I need a knockout to beat Canelo Alvarez is wrong. And that's not the approach that, we taking this fight. If the knockout comes, then it comes. But we're not going in there to knock him out. We're not looking for the knockout.
Terence, you've said if you win, you feel you're on the Mount Rushmore.
I didn't say if I win.
Okay.
Said when I win.
Well, with that, what is Terence Crawford's legacy with a win over Canelo?
Listen, I already said it. I'm on that mountain.
That has just grown. UPE. Not merely a fighter, but also a danger. Nobody has ever punked Canelo like that outside of the ring. Bud smirked as he did this.
I can say a lot of negative things about Canelo's resume, but I won't. I wanna, pay homage to the fighters that he fought. And if he don't wanna pay homage to the fighters I fought, if he think they nobodies, then come fight time, then I wonder what they're gonna say after I beat him.
When he pushed you, I know you've gained weight. You look actually a lot bigger. When he gave you a half shove, how is that size feeling now?
Listen, that wasn't nothing. You know what I mean? That little push didn't do nothing, as you can see. But come fight time, we're not gonna be pushing, we're gonna be punching. So it doesn't even matter.
So that's it for today's movie. If you liked it, remember to like, subscribe, and ring the bell symbol so you don't miss any future videos. Don't forget to add your thoughts in the comments box.